Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Vibe Fashion's YouTube channel. My name is Eunice. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please kindly hit on the subscribe button to subscribe. And do not forget to put on the notification bell so that you get notified once I post a new video. Thank you. So today we're going to be learning how to make this beautiful sleeve you see on the mannequin, and it's called a drum sleeve. First, you need your fabric to achieve the sleeve. The width of the fabric I'll be using in this video is 36 inches in width and the length is 11 inches. First, I'll iron gum stay to the fabric, and then also I need my lining. So the essence of this gum stay I'll be using is to make this sleeve structured, like you can see it standing. So let's
So
continue.
you can see I'm done sewing the fabric and I turned it out from here. Yes, I turned it out from here. So I'll go ahead and close this part. So for this drum sleeve, I'm going to be having a basic off-shoulder sleeve under it. You can decide not to do this. This is optional. But for me, I want to have a basic sleeve. That's a basic off-shoulder sleeve under it. So I'm going to show us how to cut the sleeve. Let's keep this aside first. So now, to know what the sleeve circumference or width is supposed to be, the round shoulder of my client is 43 inches. So here in front, for the front neckline, here I have 13 inches. Remember I said in my previous video that the front of my client is 12 inches. I have 13 inches because I need half inch to join the sleeve on this side and half inch to join on this side. So I'll be left with 12 once I'm done with that. And for the back, I said her back is 13 inches in width. So here I have 14 inches because I'll be using half inch on this side and half inch on this side to join the sleeve. You will understand this video better if you have watched the previous video on how to draft an off-shoulder bustier. Okay, so right now I have 12 and 13, so which gave me a total of 25. So can you see I said 43 minus 25, I was left with 18 inches. So this 18 inches is going to be for my sleeves. Of course, we have two hands, so you're going to divide this 18 by 2, and that will give us 9 inches. So you have 9 inches on each of the sleeves, okay, or for each of the sleeves. So to draft our basic off-shoulder sleeve, I'm going to fold my fabric this way. So it means I'm looking for 9 inches at the upper part. But to determine the amount of fabric to fold, I'm going to be using her upper round arm to determine that. And the upper round arm of my client is 15 inches. So 15 divided by 2, that will give us 7.5. So 7.5 plus my sewing allowance of 1.5 inches or 2 inches as the case may be, that will be 9.5, but I'll be using 1.5 here. Okay, so 7.5 plus 1.5, that's 9 inches. Okay, so here is my 9 inches. So here at this folded part of the sleeve, this is where I will come down. Let me draw my starting line first. So at this folded part of the sleeve, I'm going to be marking half of my 9 inches. Remember that it is on fold. So I'm going to be marking half of the 9 inches, which is 4.5. So, and the off shoulder, when we were making this off shoulder, we came down by -5. Okay, and after that -5, we went ahead to add half inch for turning our neckline. So we also need half inch also for turning the upper part of the sleeve. So basically that would be at -4.5, because if we place it at -5, we'll still go up and add a half inch. So I'm going to place my tape on -4.5, and the armhole of my client is 8.5 inches. So from -4.5, I'm going to be marking on 8.5 here. So on this 8.5 here, so this is how we're curving our armhole. Okay, so on this part, this is where I'll be entering that upper round arm I mentioned, and I said her upper round arm is 15 inches. So 15 divided by 2, this is where my 7.5 is, and plus my 2 inches sewing allowance. I said 2 inches or 1.5 depending on what you like to use. Okay, so after that, just want to have a sleeve length of like 1.5 after this, because remember that we're making a drum sleeve that will cover up this sleeve. This sleeve will be hidden under, and the length of that drum of the drum sleeve is 10 inches after sewing the upper part and the down part. So here, what I have here, this is about 6 inches in length. So here is my 6 inches. So I'm okay with this. And her round arm at this point is 17 and 14, sorry, 14. So half of 14 is 7 plus the same 2 inches. So this is what we have here. So now I want to create the curve, that's to curve the armhole to this side like this. So this is what I'll be doing. Can you see? It is that simple. You see, it's that simple. So you want to just bring in your any of your armholes, whether the front or the back, and place it to see if they are matching up. Can you see that it's matching up? So this is just what you need to do. So this is your off shoulder basic sleeve. So I'll go ahead and cut out at this point. Now take note, I didn't talk about adding sewing allowance here. Her actual round shoulder is 43 inches. I already have 25, and here I'm looking for 9 inches. I'm not adding half inch to this. I'm going to be using my exact 9 inches. This is because it's off shoulder. Off shoulder has a way of falling if it is not very firm on the shoulder. So usually what I do, I just add my sewing allowance to the bodice itself, but I don't add to the sleeve. This is because off shoulder, there's this space that is around our armpit area there. So you just want to make sure that it's very firm there. But if you really want, if you have taken your measurement very, very tight and you know that you didn't leave any space, you can go ahead and add your half inch. But from experience, it is always when I don't add that half inch to it, I just notice it is more firm. So thereby, this will be reducing the shoulder, round shoulder measurement to about 41.5 or 42 inches. So it gives me that very firmness we need. You know that our bodies are not sharp and it's not straight. So there are places that your tape, if you don't, your places your tape cannot really enter. So that's just what I'm saying. So when you take the round shoulder measurement around the upper armpit there, you just notice that there's this small space. So that's why I don't add half inch. But if you want to add your half inch, please feel free to add your sewing allowance here. But I've only added on the bodies. I won't be adding on the sleeve. Thank you. So I'll just cut this out. And then I'll go ahead and cut it out like this. So this is what the off shoulder sleeve will look like. So I need 2 pieces of this, and then I'll also cut my lining. So after I've cut out my second sleeve and I've also cut out my lining. So take note of my lining. You will notice that my lining is like half inch shorter than the main fabric. So this is what I'll be doing. I'll take this to my sewing machine, sew on half inch at this point, and also sew on half inch at this point. Of course, because it is shorter with half inch, this will give me a difference of quarter inch here and the difference of quarter inch up here. So same thing will be done for this. So the main aim of this tutorial is for us to make our drum sleeve. So right now I have my fabric that I'll be using for the drum sleeve. And remember that the arm, that's the round arm, the sleeve measurement we are looking for is 9 inches, okay, for each of the sleeves. So this, I'll be fixing it to this part where I have this 9 inches, okay. So now, the first thing I want to do is to come here at this point here, I will come in by half of an inch here first. I'll come in by half of an inch. Then I'll go ahead to measure 2 inches. Can you see that? 2 inches. So I'll come here to the midpoint of this, my 2 inches, mark 1 inch here, and then I'll fold it into two like this. Can you see? So when I place when I fold it this way and take my measurement, you will see that I'll be having 1.5 inch. Okay, first I said I came in by half of an inch, and then I went ahead to measure 2 inches. And these 2 inches, I'll be dividing it into two by marking this 1 inch in between. So of course you can see that here now I have 1.5. So I'll take this to my sewing machine and sew on this 1 inch mark I have here. So I'll sew on that 1 inch mark first. So let me sew on the 1 inch mark, and then I'll show us how to proceed with the rest. So I've sewn one of the drums. Can you see what I have? So now the next thing I'll be doing is this. I want to have a space of 3/4 inch between all the drumsticks. So to have a space of 3/4 inch between them all, remember I'm looking for 9 inches. So I'm going to be dividing this 9 inches by 3/4, and that will give me 12. So I'm going to have 12 of these drumsticks to be able to achieve 9 inches. So now what I will do is this. Remember I said I want to have a space of 3/4 of an inch. First, I'll now mark my 3/4 of an inch. So, and then I'll go ahead to mark 2 inches again. Remember that the size of the drumstick we're making is 1 inch. The first was half inch because this is the one I'll be using to top stitch it to the bodies. This is the space in between the drums. And here I have 3/4 of an inch. After my 3/4 of an inch, I went ahead to mark 2 inches. So this 2 inches now that I have here, I just take it, let me mark 3/4 here, and then mark my 2 inches, so I have a straight line. Can you see that? So now this my 2 inches, I'll fold it into two like this. Of course, folding 2 inches into two, that will give me 1 inch, so that I can go back to my 1 inch drum. Okay, so can you see? Then I'll go ahead and sew on this line. I will go ahead and sew on this line on 1 inch. So I'll keep doing that 3/4 in between, then mark my 2 inches and fold the 2 inches into two, and then keep sewing till I achieve this. So this is what I have after sewing my drumsticks, okay, or my yes, my drumstick. Can you see? After sewing them, I have space of 3/4 inch in between them all. And then you can see that I have a measurement of, can you see? This about 10 inches. Remember, I'm looking for 9 inches. So this is 10 inches. Why is it 10 inches? Because I have this half inch and this half inch that will be placed on top of it. So by the time I place this half inch on my bustier like this, because this is what will happen. Can you see? It will be outside of it like this. So by the time I place it on it half inch, and then I also repeat the same thing on the back like this, on the back, I'll be left with the exact measurement of my 9 inches. And I was able to achieve this with 36 inches fabric long. Okay, and the length I used is 11 inches. So I'm just going to sew my sleeve now, and then show us how to attach the sleeve and then how to fix the drum sleeve to it. So I've gone ahead to join my sleeves. Can you see? So basically, after joining my sleeve, I should have 8 inches. And that's what I have here. So let's take our measurement now. From here, I'm starting from the center back here. So can you see? So I have 44 inches. Remember, I said my client's shoulder measurement is 43 inches. So now that I have 44, by the time I fix my zip on 1 inch and then 1 inch on this side, I'll be left with 42 inches. So that's 1 inch less from her round shoulder measurement to give us that firmness. So this depends on how you have taken your measurement. I talked about the space that is usually around this side at the armhole area. So that's why I'm reducing my measurement by 1 inch. Okay. So now I'm also done with my drum sleeve. So this is what I'll be doing now. I'm going to be placing it like this. The sleeve is opened. I'm going to be placing it this way. I will go up by 3 inches. 3 inches or two, let's say 3 inches. I'll go up by 3 inches from here. So let's confirm if we have up to 3 inches. So this is my 3 inches here. So I'm going to pin the drum sleeve this way. And then also I'm going to go up by 3 inches on this side too. So here's my 3 inches. And then I'll also pin the sleeve this way. So can you see? So I'll be stitching my sleeve down at this point here and down at this point here. So I can just come in between and just stitch around 1 2 so that it just holds it down. But if you don't want to have the basic sleeve inside, all you need to do is to stitch it down like this here. You can see that. So you just stitch down. Look at what I'm doing. I'm stitching down here like this. You want to make sure that it's not straight because this part is not straight, so it's just going to slant a little. Can you see? Can you see what I have here? So it's just slanted around the bust area here. So here too, you just slant it a little. You don't want to take it straight because remember that the person has to raise her hand. So I'm going to be stitching down this part, stitch down this part, and then just stitch one or two of the that's in between here, just to hold it down to the sleeve. Can you see what I have? And this is what it will look like on the body. Can you see this part? See, I'm not touching the under part. This is the part that will go to the armpit area of my client. So you just want to make it slant a little around here. So you want to be very careful. Don't do more than 3 inches around this place so that the person can raise her hand. Okay, so I'm going to stitch it down also and do the same thing for the other side. Then I'll shape shape the blouse, attach my peplum, and show us what it looks like on the mannequin.
Okay, and you see how our sleeve turned out really, really beautiful. This is what we have. It's really beautiful. I hope you learned a thing or two from this video. Kindly like this video, share with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. And also, if you're yet to watch the video on how to make an off-shoulder bustier, it's very detailed. I'm going to be dropping the link in the description box so that you can check it out and see how I arrived at this beautiful off-shoulder bustier. And also, don't forget to share, like, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you in my next one. Bye.